guys have a 3D printer, and we just set it up live this morning. It's down in the library downstairs. So it's cool, and this is kind of what it looks like. How many people have actually seen a 3D printer for real? So somebody tell the rest of everybody else, how's it work? What do you think?
It takes, most of the time it's just plastic, but it will take most of plastic, and it will build a structure layer by layer.
Right. Anything else?
It takes a while to get it done.
It takes a while to get it done. That's right. So like this is kind of what it looks like. You were gonna say something? Okay. There's a spool of like it looks like plastic, like weed eater string. You know, like yeah. It's just a spool of it, and it feeds it up through the back here, and then it's got this thing called an extruder, which just means it spits out stuff. It melts that plastic. It's really hot. Melts it, and then it spits it out. And as soon as it spits it out, it hardens again. So it's like this, you know, just goes in one layer at a time, and once it's done with one layer, it moves down a little bit and it does the next layer, and it takes forever, like you're talking about. Like I did this yesterday on mine, oops, and this took about like 5 hours, okay? But if you look at it, if you look close, you can see, yeah, you can feel the layers. Okay, now I'm just gonna pass around stuff I made. So that is actually, I stopped it. It's supposed to be like tall, and it's supposed to hold like cables, like phone charger cables and things like that. But it was taking 5 hours, and it's like, I just have to quit it. So, but you can make glasses, yeah. You can, yeah. So here's the deal: you can do different colors, but the way you do different colors is you do different colors of plastic. So if you want green, you have to take out whatever's in there and put the green spool in, right, and then print it out. So, and then we had a printer that did 2 at once, so you could do like this one, like a weird dragon thing, and then.
We did learn though, so we only have a few colors right now, but you can paint them. So like we've got a white,
so like
and you can paint it. Then.
Right. So like I printed out this little frog the other day, but you can actually take paint and decorate it. It takes paint really well. So I'm just gonna pass around stuff. You can make jewelry. These are bracelets. They actually fit. You can look at this. This is a cool. These are called Nautilus ears. They actually sort of work. Yeah. Yeah. You can customize things. I pulled this off the internet. I'll show you how to do this. I put my name on it, right? And you hear that? There's actually like a little ball inside it, but printed out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it sort of works, but don't blow on it, you'll get my germs. This is a recorder that I made just for fun, but see, it's only like it's in 3 parts. I had to super glue it together because the thing is only so big. But this actually works too. Yeah, it's awful. Okay, but there you go. This is cool. See this box? They have like, on this website I'm going to show you, they have like themes like Halloween, and this was from Valentine's Day. It's a box, like it's a secret box, right, that spins, and then it opens up like that. Isn't that cool? Now it printed out just like this. Like it printed like this. And the only thing I had to do was take a little razor blade and kind of clean up the hinges so it actually opens. But, yeah, be gentle with this because that'll might break.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try them. I mean, they're just kind of fake, you know. Oh, look at this. This is cool. It printed out. This is a sample thing. It does chains to get, like, you don't have to like attach these. It just prints them this way. Here's another thing. This turns. So anyway, a lot of this stuff I just pulled off the internet, but some things I actually designed, like this thing. Somebody that I worked with wanted a stand for like a phone or an iPad that would keep the iPad straight up and down, right? So I've made this, and then you can put your iPad in there. And then we've got a bunch of these expo markers, right? And we needed like something to hold the expo marker, so I was like, well, I'll 3D print it. So the first thing I did was I made this thing, right? So, but see that? I got the diameter wrong, so the pins fall out, right? So then I changed that, printed out another one with a little smaller hole, and it works great. But then somebody I worked with said, well, they're too close together. I can't get them, okay? So then it's like, fine, So then I printed out this one, and this is the one we went with. And the cool thing is like you can put like a cleaning rag in there and it holds it up. And so it's kind of cool. Yeah, question.
I saw that one YouTube and he said it's like to go woods that you can put like PBL.
Yeah. like you can take little pieces of wood, or I've even seen like coffee grounds, okay? Like anything, yeah, that gives it a little more texture. You can mix it up with material. Yeah, it's weird. So, yeah, you can buy different kinds of stuff. This printer just does like this one kind of plastic, okay? But there are other printers that do different things. Like there are some that print out like body cells, you know, like they're making ears and things. There's like we were talking when you first walked in about like food printers, like printers that make pizzas. There are some that print out in metal. So like I think Indian Hills has a metal 3D printer, which is very expensive. But if you need like a car part that's made out of metal, I mean, you can do it.
Yeah, we saw that on I don't know what it was.
Okay, you have something? Like carbon fiber. You're going to use carbon fiber. It's just whatever the printer is made to do, right? This one's made for plastic. Yeah, right. There's in China, they've got like this big 3D printer that prints out buildings. Okay, it mixes up concrete and like junk, and then it's this big robotic arm that spits out, you know, concrete. And yeah, it's like they can make a house. Like I mean, it's a junker concrete house. I mean, who'd want to live in it? But you know, like in a day, they can make a house. So, okay, I want to. Yeah, last question. Then I want to show you something else. So,
would you be able to like make so many things like how you can make a replica of like the modeling one?
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah. So anything, right? And then here's the other thing. We'll look at Pokemon stuff because there's probably Pokemon stuff. But let's say you have something that's like real life, like I don't know, like this, right? And you want to make an exact replica of this. They've got digitizers, 3D digitizers, which is like this kind of turntable thing, and it shoots lasers at it, okay? And it figures out the dimensions, and then you can make another one. Okay, you can print out. Or let's say that you want like, oops, you think like, well, I wish this was bigger, or I wish it had this other thing on it. Well, then you take that thing that you just scanned, and you just add some things or whatever, change the scale of it, and then you print it off. So yeah, you can really do stuff. Okay, I want to show you something. That's a website, and I think there's a link in your Google Classroom which will help some. So this website is called Thingiverse. It's like universe, but it's Thingiverse. And what happens is people around the world design stuff. Okay, like crazy stuff, like Pokemon things, right? And they design it, and then they put it on this website so that anybody else in the world can go on here, find whatever kind of crazy thing it is, download it, and print it off. Okay, so I want to show you this one thing, because this is kind of cool. This is a featured deal here. This thing.
How long is that take?
That's a good question. I don't know. What this is like, yeah, miniature furniture to scale, right? Like, so somebody wanted to figure out like room design, so they printed out these little models of furniture and tables and stuff, and then they can move them around and just see in real life, you know, kind of cool. But you can search for anything. So let's look up. Okay, so there's 1,318 Pokemon things. Now, the cool thing is, this is any kind of making stuff. So there's 3D printer stuff, like you can make a phone case, okay? But it's also like laser cutting wood stuff, okay? So depending on what kind of cool tools you've got, you can use that. Tons of things. So anyway, you get the idea. You can just find stuff. Somebody else, give me something that's weird. What's that? Minecraft? Yeah, sure. There's tons of Minecraft stuff. So you can make your own. Yeah, well, you know, lots of swords.
Minecraft.
Lots of.
Everyone,
Yeah.
paper.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's a gas.
So, yeah, so somebody, you know, designed that. Okay. So you get the idea? Okay.
So
Go ahead.
we talked this morning about Creative Commons, and that is a place where we can store stuff that we're willing to share with other people. And this is Creative Commons for people that want to make things. So a real application of this might be if I have a product that I want to design, or fix or change or modify, I might start here to see what is already there.
Right.
And someone might have a great start for something I want, and then I can make my own special changes to it.
Right. So like, let's take a look at this Minecraft fig, right? So somebody put this up here, but like if you scroll down here, it has a Creative Commons license. See the license right here? I'm going to zoom in here. Okay. So this thing was made by this person, whoever, I don't know. And then here's the license that they made. So like if you are a creative person and you put something up here, you get to decide what other people can do with it. So this is attribution and share alike. Wow. So that just means that if you want to do this, you can share it, you can do whatever really you want to with it, but he just wants credit. So you just have to say, hey, I got this idea for this pig from this guy. Okay?
So like if you wanted to make a flying pig using that pig there, you could start with it as his basic model, and now you would add the wings, or you would make it pink, or whatever you would now. He's giving you the opportunity of, here's the draft of it. What do you need to add?
Right. So like, let's go back to this furniture thing. Let's look at the Creative Commons license here, because this one's a little different. So this one says that it's made by Math Girl, okay, and she wants attribution, and she says non-commercial, which means you can't take this design and sell it for money. Okay. But so keep it free, and then share alike. You can redesign it however you want to. Some people say no, you can't change it up, right? Because that's how they want to have it done. So yeah, question.
Can it hold like
It can. So now you're gonna have to look this up, okay? But you have to look up what kind of plastic this is and see if it's like non-toxic. I think it is, but I don't know if it's gonna be like dishwasher safe. You know what I mean? So think about it. Yeah, well, I'll probably die next week.
Because there are different kinds of plastic,
There are
right?
different
And they-
So yeah, but I think this kind is okay. But you might want to look it up. Just make sure, especially if you're making like utensils. Good question. Okay, so you can take other people's designs, but you can also make stuff. Okay, so now this is where we're going to get out your computers now. Okay, pair up, get in with people, find somebody that's a computer.
Groups of 2, groups of 3 here.
And we're going to use something that I use to design stuff. It's called SketchUp. Okay? Yeah. It's like ketchup, but
You guys
yeah.
feel all 3 over the
It's a
And then there's a beta version and an experimental version.
yeah, I need to share.
So,
It's okay. Somebody can drive today, and somebody else can drive next time. Okay, SketchUp is on your desktop. Okay, it's like a red icon, looks like a red box.
Hang on, we gotta wait till.
That's fine. Yep, get logged in. And then once you're logged in on your desktop, there'll be a red icon. It says SketchUp 2016. That's the one.
This on all the.
It's on B.
These and Lab 100.
Good. Yeah. We'll talk about that one when you get there. Yes, you can make your own stuff. But it takes like hours to do, right? Right, we have to like schedule a time for it to go. How we doing? SketchUp, yep. Okay, when it comes up, double click on that red icon. It says SketchUp 2016, and then it comes up with this software license agreement thing. Just hit, yeah, okay, whatever. You agree to it. You continue. Okay. Yep. Hit that. Okay, and then after that, there's another screen that comes up that has some green stuff, and welcome to SketchUp. Okay, what you need to do, hit the button down there in the corner that says start using SketchUp, and then it will say, oh, you have to use a template. Okay, this is something to think about here. There you go. Okay, so you have to choose, you have to hit that button down the bottom that says start using it, and then select the template. Okay, this is kind of important here because there's a lot of templates. Like architects use this program to like design houses, big stuff. But like, I use this thing to design little stuff, right? So you can pick the template that makes sense for you, If you're doing 3D design, the bottom one says 3D printing. And here's the thing, your 3D printer does it in millimeters, right? Now, if you look, there are all kinds of like inches, feet, whatever, meters. I would do the one that says millimeters because that's what your 3D printer understands. Okay? So you have to click on the one that you want. I would click on that last one. Yep. Click on it and then hit start using SketchUp.
So, can I like changes?
Yes. Okay. And it might come up and say, hey, there's a new version available. Just forget it. Get out of that. Don't worry about it. Okay, how are we doing? Everybody kind of there? Your screen sort of look like mine? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. The giant box that you see, if you pick the one that's the 3D printer thing, that's the size of a replicator. That's the size of your 3D printer, sort of, so that you can kind of have an idea of how big you can make stuff. Okay. So let me talk about what you're looking at here. This is something I was working on yesterday. I had a secretary in our office come up to me and say, hey, I broke the whatever thing off of my sewing machine that holds the thread or whatever it was, I don't know. Can you make another one of these just like this? And she had this piece of plastic that was about this long, right? And so what I did is I took out my little ruler and I measured it out and then I drew it in SketchUp. And I was doing this quickly yesterday, so it's like later on today or tomorrow I'm going to hook this up to our 3D printer and print it out and see if it works. So yeah, but this is what it does. It draws in 3D. Okay, I'm going to get it here. So what you're looking at on your screen sort of looks like this, right? Some of you have a person, which is great. Some of you have a box. You've got these colored lines, right? What do you think these colored lines are all about?
Like dimensions, like height, width, and depth.
Right. These are the axes. Okay, so the blue one, if you think of like this room as a 3D space, the blue one goes up, and like the red one would go this way, and the green one would go that way, right? And you can figure out where everything is in relation to everything else based on these dimensions. Okay. Now I want you to watch just for a couple minutes, and I'm going to let you play. Okay. But I'm just going to make a really quick 3D thing, and then I want you just to see how I do it. So I'm going to make like a really quick house. Okay. So I'm going to actually hold on a second. Get my window over here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to click on the rectangle tool and draw the base of my house. Okay, see that? Now the trick about this program is a lot of other drawing programs you have to click and drag to draw stuff, right? You can do that on here, but it's not precise. What I want you to kind of get in your head is click, move, and click. Okay, so see, I clicked once, I moved my finger around, and then I click again. Okay, and I've got the base of my house. Okay, and then so far it's a rectangle, not very exciting. I can make it 3D with this next tool over. It's the push-pull tool. Okay, looks like a cardboard box with a red arrow shooting up on it. And when I hover over something, see it turns kind of these blue dots, and I can click and move this up. Okay, see that? Now here, I'm going to do it again. I just make a shape, push-pull tool. Okay.
You guys are not excited for 4th hour. Everyone was,
wow, it's amazing. Yeah. Okay. So, but you can also push-pull any face. The push-pull tool works on any face. So, like, I can make it longer this way, longer this way. Watch this. I can add other things. Like, let's say I want a circle for some reason inside my house, right? And then I can either push and pull this thing out or push and pull it. Right? It's a tube. It's like a hamster maze thing, right? Whatever. Okay. So I want you to play around with this just for like, before you do that, okay? I want you to draw, just play around, see what you can do, try out the buttons. Here's a tool that will really help you. It's the orbit tool. It's the red and green arrows at the top. And with this, you can spin your stuff around, okay? So you can see the whole thing. So like if I wanted to do something on this side, then I could go over here and do something over here. Okay, ready? Okay, get going. Draw stuff, try things out. Zooming out. There you go. Oh, and you want to get rid of that. That's just the box. Get rid of it. Try back switch, I think. Okay, so those two other people look really familiar. I should know their names.
So one's really
Okay.
and then the other one.
What are their
Yeah, okay. I don't know what.
That's okay.
We did that.
That's fine.
So how do we?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so well, it puts a base on it, so you just have to. Yeah, I know it's scary. But there you go. You just peel it off like a banana or like an orange. Then you just spread it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, off of your 3D printer. It's,
So it's like 45 minutes, but
yeah,
yes,
45 minutes to do that. But it works.
So, Angie, Sheets and I printed this off today. It took 45 minutes, so we put it together after second hour. And so now we have our own cute little nuts and bolts.
Like a person.
But just imagine like what you could design, right?
It's like fun.
Yeah, it's made to like.
It really is like so you can grab it.
Yeah, so you can grab it.
It's just
It's a sample print thing.
So they like put it like screws together. Yeah, we made this one. Right?
How you doing so far? Are you getting the drawing
No,
tools?
they have to be. I'm just gonna show you where they got templates.
Have you figured out how to draw a straight line? Anybody figured that one out yet? How do you do it? What tool draws a straight line?
Pencil.
The pencil tool. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but the pencil tool actually draws straight lines. Okay. Have you figured out how to freehand draw though? Like scribble? Okay, figure out where that tool is.
Found it.
There you got it. Okay, it's under the pencil. Yeah, try out the different tools, see what they do.
As you guys are playing around here, can't remember if I said at the beginning, on Google Classroom, I've made a post that is about the websites that you've seen today. So Thingiverse, you can go play on that, as well as SketchUp. You listen real quick. SketchUp is a free download, and so if you want to go home and play with this, then you have that download it free. You're missing some of the pro features, but it's the same features that we have here in class. And so you're able to continue to play around with the stuff at home. So that's posted on Google Classroom. If you have questions, post them to that post, anything.
Okay, I want to show you a couple cool things and I'll leave you alone the rest of the time. Okay? Everybody look up here, really quick. So right now, my thing is just white. Okay, it's pretty boring. How do you think I would add color to it? Which tool?
Like use a color bucket.
Like which one? The paint bucket. Good. Okay, so click on the paint bucket. Now you can do like just colors. Okay, and just paint them. But you've got something now. Yours looks a little different because I'm on a Mac and you're on a PC. But mine has a brick, but it's materials. Okay, look at all this. You can do like bricks, carpet, ground cover like grass. I like water or translucent. Translucent, you guys know what that means? What does that mean? See-through, right? So you can make like glass, like you can paint this like glass, so you can see through it.
This is the best way to.
Okay. So yeah, play around with that. Here's another thing. So that's the paint bucket. You can design it however you want. Here's another thing. You can design, like spend the rest of your life making every little piece to something, or you can just borrow like somebody else's designs. Okay. Look up here. See the cardboard box with the little red thing inside it? Okay, when you hover over that, what does it say? Yeah, it says get models at 3D Warehouse. Okay, now, have you guys ever played around on Google Earth?
Yes.
You see the 3D buildings in Google Earth? Well, guess what tool they use to make all those 3D buildings? SketchUp. So every building on Google Earth is actually in here, and you can do it. But like, there's also like just couches and cars and dogs and Pokemon things and whatever crazy things, and you just search for it. So like, let's say I wanted to see Kinnick Stadium. Okay, there we go. I can download the whole thing. Some of them are good, some of them are junk. Okay, I can tell you right now, this one that's not very good, right? So, but you can download it. This one doesn't look too good, so we'll do it anyway. So you can take the whole thing and put it into your model. Okay, so think about this. You could design a house and build it, you know, drop in all the couches, the sinks, the cabinets.
So what I love about your example that you used earlier,
yeah.
You had the floor layout and then it had 3D pieces of furniture over
Right.
the top of it. What I love about that is in FCS, here at Evans, you have a project where you design the perfect bedroom.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be great to draw out your floor plan and then to have a 3D model of your furniture so you can manipulate it around and see where you like it the best before you finish your computer rendering of that room?
Right.
So,
Very cool.
What's neat about this study is that as she's sitting here, this doesn't only have to be for 3D printing. It is
Right.
just a source that moves you to 3D printing. So
Right.
any place, one thing you talked about, you know, why not make like a visual poster, essentially things that you would want to show off. So as opposed to like a paper poster or the same thing of drawing out your bedroom or whichever, now you have a 3D model that you can already show a top view, side view. all
So
of that.
maybe SketchUp is the tool that you use to build that perfect bedroom,
Right.
to show all your 3D pieces in it, and that's the piece you turn in. Maybe you never print it in a 3D printer, but you use this to do your designs.
Now the cool thing is, you can figure out how to do this, okay? But this actually does movies. So like, let's say you set up like a perfect house thing, you can do a walkthrough of the, you know, and it'll record it, and you can save it to YouTube or whatever. So it's pretty cool. You can do animations. So one last thing I haven't told anybody, but this is important. Okay, let's say you get something done from the 3D warehouse. It comes in like this blue box, right? That's because like all these shapes and everything are like bundled into like one bin. But it's like they do the whole thing as one bed. And if you want to change anything, you click on the black arrow and you just start double clicking. See, now that bed is like another box of stuff. Well, then I have to double click on that. Oh, here's another box of stuff. And then I have to double click on that. Oh, and then finally I get to this. So if I wanted to, like, I don't know, change this somehow, I can do something crazy, except I can figure out what I'm doing. But you get the idea. You just keep double clicking on stuff. Okay? There we go. I want to make my bed crazy. Okay, but you can do that. Here's the other thing. When it's that blue box, okay, the cool thing is this move tool lets you move stuff around, okay, up and down, left and right, whatever. But if you look at this, with the move tool, it has little red arrow, red plus signs. And when you hover over those little plus signs, see the protractor that comes up? So you can rotate things. Okay? And it's just the side of it that you want. So like I can flip my bed over. Okay? Or whatever. You get it? So play around. Just play around. Okay? How do you shrink stuff? That's another thing. If you go, the shrinking thing, you have an icon that looks like this with a brown box instead of a white box. That's the scale tool. Okay, so if yeah, you can make it huge. Okay, so you just click on that scale tool. It comes up with all these little green little boxes around it.
This is important.
Yeah, if you grab on one of those boxes, you can stretch it. But here's the deal. If I grab like on this one right here, what's going to happen? Oh, my bed is getting crazy, right? Like it's the wrong. I'm stretching it, but it's not the same.
Messing up the perspective.
Yeah, the proportion of it. So instead of that, grab it at a corner, and it'll keep it the same proportion. Okay, so that we'll just make it scale bigger. The corner, and that same thing. Like if you're working in a lot of different kinds of programs, grab at the corner, it keeps it at the same height sometimes. Okay, go play. Find stuff on the warehouse. Try the pretty bucket. Think about what you can do.
I can't move the screen.
Here's the other thing. If it's really messed up, just start over. Just go to file and start.
How did we zoom out?
You have to be really careful with that zooming, because if you hit it too fast, you're going to be like 10 miles away from it. Okay? And it'll be like, I can't get back to my thing. Okay, so just be careful. Another thing is, this does not automatically save. Oh, look out. So like, if you're working on something and you want to keep it, this is important. It doesn't save like Google Docs like all the time. You have to go up and go to File and save it. Okay, so just make sure you're doing that. Don't want you to work on something for an hour and then lose it. That's really cool. Oh, yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people find something just as much out. What are you guys doing? Yeah, and then if you want to change any of that,
How did you clean it up already?
yeah, it prints like an orange. It prints like a base on it, just to keep it on there, and then you just peel it off.
Sweet. I came back to do that. I'm like, it's done.
You've got Lorna up there, like, jumping like that big. She has been waiting every day.
Which one is that?
Yeah, so they've been.
But see, that's kind of the cool thing about like a makerspace, because then you could set that up and just let kids in. That's cool.
It makes them smaller.
Yeah, there's a few, like zooming into it. Eventually you'll get there.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so we're excited now. Here's the other thing. So like, if you're sticking out lines, right? Sometimes it's easier to zoom in through the lines, you just take out the like handle and delete it, and you can just.
So can I take pictures of this crazy design you have here?
Good, you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great team right there. I love that you have color in your, you make a great picture.
Oh, there we go.
Whatever color it is on SketchUp, it doesn't matter. And so that play around with this, like, it has to be a solid object. And you just it has to be solid, solid,
We like school.
One of the fun things I practice on each otherwise they start out writing on paper. It was something about how we had a computer I don't know. Really good person. Like I paint out. Yeah. Yes. There's a little bit. Something you can drink after you get you know, but the riches of it. You want to try it? Yeah, try it. Why? I accidentally made it. We don't want to sign out of your that's
amazing though. I mean, just put stuff out there.
Where are you going?
We're
walking my way. Wasting time. We got just a couple minutes of class here, so first, please thank Seth for coming and saying.
You guys are great.
Alright. Second bit of information. As I reminded you in this presentation on Google Classrooms or on our regular page, I have put out the link for SketchUp if you want to download it at home, and for Thinkiverse. So if you want to continue to look at it, there's also on that, like as you're playing around today or thinking about it and have questions, just post it to Google Classroom. So I can look it up, and she can look it up, we can send it to Seth, so somebody out there wants to know, like, how do you make a sphere? And so those are good questions that we can start to now compile as you work with this. Shut down your computer, and if you'll bring it to the back table so I can get them plugged in for my next hour, that would be great.
Get out of the way.
Thank you so much.
That's fine. I like doing this kind of stuff. So, you know, it's fun. Yeah, take yours.
It was funny when I didn't
Yeah, I
think about
forgot to bring that up. I know.
Love it.
So what you can do is actually print out a bunch of those and like put on a board, and you turn one, it's like.
I've seen bigger computers. This is like I've seen a bigger laptop.
I'm done now. This is as much for me as it was for them.
Oh, yeah.
This is great too. And this is pretty much.
Yeah, but got that tough fight.
Yeah.
She's already said she went over it twice.
Yeah. Those, straight up,
Well, they know, like, really
I can see it's very and
Oh, yeah, right. Well, wouldn't that be fun?
I have some pretty
I can see student council designing a picture.
Oh, that'd be
And then
great.
making money off
Oh,
of
yeah.
All right, boom.
it. Yeah, easier to bring the bag to the party.
Yeah.
Bye, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, finally.
This is awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They just, the little pieces in this logo look so delicate.
Yeah, that took me a little time to do. So like what I did is I brought in the logo into SketchUp, and yeah, with that little pencil tool, made every one of those. That took me like an afternoon.
Wow.
So yeah.
This stuff feels pretty strong.
Yeah, you can break it, you know, but it is.
And you brought these expos with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll fit in that time.
Wait, where do you go?
Great. This is awesome. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop.